welcome to Coffee with Connie and Krystal. This is Krystal with Krystal the Yarny Chicken and Crazy. Hold up. I normally can get it. Krystal the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady. There. It's a lot to come out at once.
Yeah, that's why I say everybody can just call me Krystal the Yarny Chicken for short, because that's easier to remember than the whole thing.
Well, when me and Krystal first met and all, I had trouble saying it, but then I got to where I had it down. But every once in a while, it just, I start like, hold up, did I say it right? And I question myself and I mess it up. So, first, I want to welcome everybody. Some of y'all are here with us right now. I see Janet was here. She may be back later. And Sonia's here so far. Howdy. How are all of y'all doing? And what are y'all working on? What are y'all drinking? I got coffee in my cup. It's still cold. And for those that will be watching the replay, welcome. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know that you watched. Sometimes we ask a few questions during the live. Y'all can answer them. Either Frank is making noise. He's cooking lunch. Sorry, y'all. Those here with us now could answer them in the chat. Those watching the replay, that's what the comment section's for. I see we have Roseanne here. Howdy. Yeah, just let us know what you're working on, what you're drinking, what you're up to. Oh, especially if y'all have some good plans for today or the weekend. Are y'all warming up? How about you, Krystal? Are you warming up?
It's a little warmer outside, but last night was pretty cold.
So. See, for us, we started getting warmer yesterday. Well, actually, Thursday was the warmest day. Then yesterday, it kind of was supposed to get colder, but I think the weather got pushed back a tad because yesterday was pretty warm. Because I went in the living room and I was getting on the warm side. Whenever I was crocheting and watching my Lifetime, today it feels colder. And then I noticed tomorrow looks like it's still going to be fairly cold, about the same.
Yeah, our high is 44 today, and tomorrow it'll be 49. But the low tonight is 27. Tomorrow is 30. Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday it calls for rain, but the highs are in the 60s and the lows are in the 50s, so it gets warmer a little bit.
Yeah, I think Monday is when we're supposed to start getting rain too. Let me pull it up real quick again. Yeah, today the high is 44, low 25. Tomorrow it's 47, 24. Monday, it's going to feel nice except the rain. 69, 47. Tuesday, 71, 61. Wednesday, 76, 64. And it kind of stays, and then Friday and Saturday, it drops down a little, but not too much. Yay, warm weather is on the way. I hope nobody froze, or I hope y'all yarn didn't freeze. Let's see. Sonia says, just had a bowl of snow cream and drinking a Pepsi. And her kitten and dog had me warming up. Oh, hold up just a second.
How old is your kitten?
Sorry, y'all. The cold weather is making me cough more. Oh. So I'm probably gonna have to mute my mic periodically because of that. And hopefully I can mute it before our cough comes out. Sonia's saying she takes that back. I have 2 kittens, one on each side of me, and my dog surrounding me. 4 months.
They're so cute at that age.
I know. That's the one thing I miss. I miss like a kitten.
Mm-hmm.
But Buddy can be quite entertaining. The last few days he's been hyper.
Because of the cold, probably.
That's what I think. He's been like into everything. And then today he got into something he wasn't supposed to, and he had me worried. But he seems to be okay, so I think by now he would have shown signs if this would have affected him. Poor boy. And he's so funny too because like a lot of times when I'm at the desk, he wants to either get on the desk or wants to be on me. But the thing, Buddy, is he don't want you touching him really.
Sounds like Oreo.
Like he's okay if you do this number under his chin or even sometimes like the top of his head.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much anywhere else, I think he gets overstimulated easily and he goes grumpy old man on you. Sorry.
Welcome in, Missy.
Sorry, y'all. It's gonna be one of those days. Um, I haven't had a bad coughing like in a long time, but let's see. Howdy, Mrs. C or Miss C, I guess. There's no or. How are you? She says she's lurking and working. Let us know what you're working on and what's in your cup. So do you have any plans for the weekend, Krystal?
No, I gotta film a video. My grandmother and I got Happy Meals, so we're gonna film that video.
I don't think I'm gonna put any more videos out today. If I do, it'd be more than likely a short. But I do need to remember to I forgot to pick 2 winners for my giveaway. They were mine too. The stitch markers. Um and I realized it after I had everything ready to go for the video and I'm like, "No." But I just haven't taken the time to pick those winners yet, but it is coming. It should be at least sometime next week if I don't get to it this weekend. Have you ever done that, Krystal? Like, especially when there's multiple prizes? Forget some prizes.
I usually write everything down and I go in order, but I don't do. I don't think I've ever done videos where I'm doing multiple winners, except maybe once or twice, and I'm always looking at my paper. So,
see, this is where I messed up because I added it kind of afterwards, and I had everything, and I would keep forgetting.
Mm-hmm.
But I wrote it like on the page before. Where I really started writing the prizes. Mm-hmm. And that's how I overlooked it. It is what it is. But I've heard from everybody but 2 people. And the 2 I haven't heard from, let's see. One is Jane Daniels. And I'm shocked I haven't heard from her yet. And the other one, where is it? Or it's Angela Furran. I don't know if I'm saying the name right. She has a channel. I can't think of the exact name offhand, but
I think I know.
I made a community post trying to tag the ones I hadn't heard from, and those are the last 2. So hopefully I hear from them soon. And I have responded to everybody else, so.
Well, I know sometimes if they're not familiar with looking at the YouTube studio and how you get tagged, how you're mentioned in a post or a comment or something like that, under a video, they may not know. And usually on YouTube notifications, they don't notify you of that. So, I mean, if you don't go to your studio and check it, nobody know you were tagged. So,
and
that's
I don't
only
trust.
on like if you're on a web page. Now, if you have the app, I don't know how it does because I don't do the app. I don't like the app. So I always check it on Google Chrome.
You see, I use both, but you can still. But I also don't trust the notifications because how many times you're supposed to get notification and you don't.
Yeah.
And I've seen comments go in La La Land. That's another thing I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And normally I have learned what tends to cause them to go in La La Land. It's certain, things. Even though they're still legit comments. But it is what it is. Howdy Dawn, how are you? And what are you working on? And what you drinking? Let's see. Miss C says water and bunny feet and ears. I guess that's what you're crocheting.
Yeah, she's working on, I think she's doing the tutorial. Not tutorial, she's having a crochet along for somebody, which I actually just found out about. I didn't even realize I wasn't even subscribed to her. I was like, what the heck? So I went and subscribed to her.
Like sometimes you think you are, and then you realize you're not, or YouTube took over. Mm-hmm. And then like sometimes like I don't even realize people have channels. And then I'm like, when did you start your channel?
Yeah, very true.
Oh, Gwen's here too. Howdy.
Hey, Gwen. Mama
Gwen. Let us know what you're working on and what's in your cup. Any plans for the weekend? Let's see. Sonia says, I am so excited to do more work on my sun bunny. So I guess that's what that make along has to do with. Yeah. Roseanne's knitting heart-shaped scrubbies. Awesome. Oh, and Dawn's from Nevada. How's the weather up there? Let's see. Okay. And I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. It'll probably come up at some point in the live. But some of y'all may have noticed I did a video yesterday of Bag O' Day's top 10 hat patterns on my to-do list. That's like you're going to start seeing videos kind of along those lines in the future with my pattern sharing videos, because I know a lot of y'all don't know how to read written patterns. And I was trying to come up with a way to share video, and it finally came to me. So whenever it's video tutorials, it'll probably be in a similar format. And sometimes I may just kind of pick different channels and have patterns from all over the place. Especially channels that don't have as many patterns, but you find like some really good ones. If y'all have any requests for patterns, just let me know. And y'all might be able to tell me some good ones for patterns. Sometimes, even though I know that they're there, sometimes you're not thinking of it, for one. Because there's so many channels, and then sometimes maybe I don't know of them. And of course, Bag O' Day, there's probably going to be a lot of videos on her patterns since she has so many amazing ones. Might as well face it, you're addicted to bod patterns. All right. So I am caught up on the chat. So now I'm going to let Crystal do some show and tell of her whips and finish projects, if she has any around that she wants to share.
I have one work in progress. And I don't think I've finished anything for a while that nobody has seen yet. So I'm working on a sweater.
I'm so used to you having a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I've kind of slacked off. I've been working on this sweater, trying to get it done because I'm on the last part of the sleeve, and I think I have, was it 14? And then I have 12 rows of ribbing, so I'm almost finished with my second sleeve. But this is a pattern called the Classic, and I believe the person, it's a free pattern on Ravelry, and it's a knit pattern, but I think their name was East Trico. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's I've done a little bit different on the very bottom. I did it was supposed to be split in two, like have a upside down V on the side, on each side, and I just wanted it in the round because I didn't want to do it that way, so I did it different. But
what's the name of the pattern? I'll pull it up on my screen.
I have it already. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
or if you send it my way, I can pull it up before you actually show yours.
All right. That is the pattern right there.
Huh. Oh, okay. You posted it there. Okay. Good.
But I mean, anybody that watches Yarny Talk Thursday has seen this over the last couple of weeks. So I mean, it's nothing new, but I don't have a lot of room in this chair. I'm using Mantilla in the colorway Phoenix. It's a what do you call it? Turtleneck. This is the first finished sleeve. I'm color controlling it, trying to make it the same. And I've got, where is it? I'm on this last section right here before the ribbing. So
that colorway is beautiful.
It is. It was very, very pretty. I just started the lighter aqua, and I'm calling that the darker aqua, even though it don't look like that on camera. But the way the cake looks, it still looks like an aqua. So
what's the type of yarn and color again?
It's mandala, regular mandala.
Oh, okay.
And it's Phoenix.
I think I may have had that colorway before. I don't remember.
Yeah, but it's got purple, and I noticed on this one, this purple is slightly different because it was two different cakes. And I'm like, I mean, far away, you can't really tell too much. It just, one looks more redder, like maroon, and one looks like a purple. So
your sweater is beautiful.
Thank you. And it's too big at the bottom. Like I had messed up. And when I first started the increases in here, it's a raglan type. I didn't realize I was doing the first row wrong. So it increased it a little too much. And I'm just like, oh. So whenever I got down to about this red section here, I had to do like decreases in each of the 4 sections to get it to the right stitch count. I mean, it was 10, 12 stitches off in each section. I'm just like, ugh. So it's actually really wide at the bottom, but I like things a little baggier than being too tight. So I'm okay with it.
And well, I have wider hips than you, but like for me, I need stuff wider in that area because I'm pear shaped.
Yeah.
Um, I see we have Cindy and Granny D that joined us. Howdy, ladies. And Granny D, you're positive about the alien beanie because I can remake it because I'm personally not happy with how it came out for you. Um, but I know you last night when we were talking and I showed you the pictures, you seemed fine. But it's not a problem to remake it. I want you to be happy with your beanie. I experimented and I went too loose on my tension. And I'm like, which made like the wrap, the stitches larger.
Mhm.
And I just, and I showed her how it looks on my mannequin head. I don't know. But like, especially like whenever like it's a commission piece, I
Yeah.
don't want someone to be unhappy with my work.
Yeah. I
All
can
right,
understand
let's.
that. I've made a couple of blankets for people a few times, so I know exactly what you mean.
I have a harder time doing commission pieces because I don't want someone to be unhappy with something they paid for.
Exactly.
And it never fails. That's when it seems like you don't do as good of a job. Is when you're making something for someone else. But I was trying to play with things to clean up some stuff that I think needs work on my color work. And one of the things that I was reading was like the tension of the floats in the inside, which I do believe that should be looser. But I also went looser on my regular tension, and I feel like my regular tension looks better. That's my opinion. All right, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Miss C. Um, okay, you get back to good health. Health, awesome. Just keep on trucking, Miss C. Um, but yeah, health issues can sneak up on you very easily. Oh, you can no longer keep up with the somebody bunny demand. I can relate because like last year, that's why I wasn't around that much with my channel last year. And now I'm like I'm back. And I'm trying to get so much done. But in the same aspect, I know, I can't get everything done in a day.
Yeah,
So when I
that's
start feeling
definitely a fact.
tired, I'm like, it's Connie time, which means crochet knitting in a lifetime. I listen to my body. That's all you can really do. And she decided to start a live teaching others how to make them. That way the love is spread even quicker. Oh, that's sweet.
That's awesome to see.
And she just recently started going live. So are you going live this Sunday, Missy? And if so, what time? Oh no, Cindy, I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, it's that time of the year. Germ season. Oh, and everyone's complimenting you on your sweater. Oh, it is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay, Dawn. Um, I do the same thing a lot of times when I'm watching others' lives. All of a sudden, I just kind of go poof because I get distracted. Something calls me away. Oh, and it's 53 degrees and beautiful. Ooh, it's warmer there than down in Louisiana. My computer says 39 right now. And do you know what the temperature is in your area in
It was like
Texas?
38. a minute ago, but the high was, I already forgot what it said.
Yeah, usually like our temperature, our weather is similar. It's not that far off from each other. And Cindy likes the colorway of your yarn.
Now it's going to look different crocheted compared to knitted. But I mean, when you're crocheting with it, it's going to be, well, it'll be longer stripes. I mean, about the same, but it's knitting takes a lot less yarn and crocheting takes a little more. So the stripes wouldn't be as long, is what I mean. In crochet.
One thing I like about knitting, especially if it's a garment, your stitches are tighter, so you don't have that peekaboo holes. And I don't know, like certain things, I just find knitting has a cleaner, sharper look to. Like sweaters, socks, those are the main two things. Where crochet is good for other types of looks. But I do find sweaters and socks, I prefer them knitted. Oh, thank you, Cindy. This is actually one of Bob's patterns. This is her page boy or newsboy. Yeah. I think it's newsboy. Yeah. This is the one, her houndstooth one. But I really like, I did chocolate brown and pink. I know she always says black and white is her only two colors she'll use. But I like how it came out, and I think red and black would go good with that stitch. You know how she made that like cardigan with the fur edging? See, I want to do it with red and black and then do black trim for the fur. And I think I'm going to get like the black trim that sparkles a little, just to add a touch of sparkle. I think that will look good. All right, let's see. Dawn finished up a lapgan for her daughter-in-law and drinking hot tea. Oh, GrannyDee loves Miss C's lives on Sunday. I think I'm more prone to remake it. What I may do is put both beanies in the envelope when I send it. Because I do have I have concerns. And I want to make sure it's what you want. Yeah, and the funny thing is that's one of my easier color work beanies. It only has 2 colors. That's what I get for experimenting. All right, let's see. We have Gloria here. Howdy. And Dawn loves Crystal's turtleneck.
Thank you, GrannyDee and Dawn.
Oh, Kim's here. Howdy, Kim. Yeah, those joining us, let us know what's in your cup, what you're working on, any plans for the weekend. Me? Well, I need to do another delivery order for Walmart. Get some more groceries. Then I want to watch Lifetime and possibly get my crochet on. But then I might do knit too because I need to redo GrannyDee's beanie. So
I may feel better soon.
I may go back to knitting. But I do, at least tomorrow I need to store it, or Monday I need to start back up on GrannyDee's. Let's see. Okay, Miss C goes live tomorrow at 12 noon. And y'all be making years. What time zone are you, Miss C? Oh, Katie's here. Hi, Katie. Thank you, Katie. Actually, shortly we're going to be talking, once I catch up, we're going to kind of talk about how our friendship started. So if y'all don't know the story, Oh, Angela's here too. Howdy.
Welcome.
Oh yeah,
Missy's
y'all can
leaving. Bye,
also.
Missy.
I didn't hear you, Crystal.
I said Missy's leaving. Lunch is there, so
Okay, have a good day, Miss C. Ooh, lunchtime. I know Bod has a lot of amazing patterns. I'm addicted to her patterns. Let's see. Okay, GrannyDee's cool. Oh, Jessica's here. Howdy. Jessica's organizing yarn. Kim's drinking coffee and working a couple of things, washcloth and my doodad. Ooh. And that's one thing, like, okay, Crystal goes live with me every other month. She alternates with Jessica SMC. So Jessica will be February, Crystal will be March. And whatever week we are, I don't remember.
I think it's the third week.
Yeah, yeah, it has to
Yeah,
be.
third
The
Saturday.
is way in. Yeah, the third Saturday of the month at 12 noon. Those two rotate. And Kim and GrannyDee also come live with me on a regular basis. GrannyDee, I think it's the second Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Kim, I think it's the third Tuesday, same time. If I mixed up, correct me in the chat. Okay, no, okay, good. Because if I'm taking too long, just get on me, GrannyDee, and be like, Connie, you need to speed it up. But I've kind of been busy with, a lot right now, so I haven't gotten as much crochet knitting time in. Ooh, Kim finished a sweater scarf with coffee shop yarn. Oh, Laura Lee's here. Howdy. Yeah. GrannyDee's the second Tuesday of each month. Okay. Kim's the third. Okay, I had it. Good. All right. So, y'all want to hear about how me and Crystal first became friends? I think it was your first giveaway, huh?
My 100 subscriber giveaway.
And we bonded, which of course, crochet, knitting, yarn. I found out she was, also knitted. But I think the thing that really bonded us was cats.
I hadn't actually learned to knit at that point yet.
Okay, I thought you had done a little at that point.
No, I didn't start knitting till about half a year later.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you remember how we started talking about cats?
I don't remember.
You muted. Crystal got muted, so we'll get back to the story in just a bit. Oh, Suzanne's here. Howdy. How are you today? Yeah, poor Crystal. It's like she tries and tries to fix that issue, and it still wants to do it to her. I know one life I had that same issue, but I think she does, like, her live, she mostly does from her phones. I do mine from my desktop. And deleting my cookies and stuff like that got it to stop.
What about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. Howdy, Pamela. How are you?
I did a live last night and I didn't get muted. Ugh.
I know. I've had my share of of live issues and stuff. Speaking of which, do y'all hear me fine? Hopefully my mic is behaving.
Yeah, you sound okay.
Which I am I have a sweet system I want to get towards the end of February. So hopefully all those issues go away and hopefully I sound even better on my videos. And I should have a few sound effects. All right, back to what we were talking about. Do you remember how we got talking about cats?
Not really.
I don't either. But that was like the main thing. Like she would tell me about her cats. I would tell her about mine. And then well, there was basically three people that I talked to whenever I started thinking about starting a channel. And Krystal was one of them. There was also Barbara with Crochet Therapy and Gina with Knitting Turnpike. And all of them were like encouraged me to start my channel. So just another stitch came about because of Krystal. And at first, like especially like we would, plot together for our channels. And here we are 3 years later. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about because of Krystal, she's the first person I tested a pattern for. And I think you encouraged me a lot when it came to starting to design my patterns. And whenever I would have questions, I was like, Krystal, knock, knock. And let me pull up the pattern I tested for her, the first one. The Striped Wings Granny Shawl. This was a beautiful pattern. I loved making this one. I used the sweet roll yarn. I don't remember the colorway, but it has purple, gray, and white. But yeah, Krystal has some awesome patterns, y'all.
I still have a few I have to write up. My spider, and I have, there was another one I never even typed up. I just wrote down, and I think it was a shrug I did like a year and a half ago. I never did anything with.
So. Yeah, I've had like some that I was planning to, and then I may have taken notes, but I just never really went anywhere with. So, but that's kind of like when you design patterns, that kind of happens sometimes, or there's something that you just don't feel right with the pattern. Yeah. And you're like, I don't know, I don't think I should release this.
Well, mostly because it didn't fit me right. It was too big or it looked weird, and I'm just like, but it looked good on my grandmother. It just did not fit me, so I'm just like, I don't know if I'm going to release this or not.
Yeah. Been there, done that. Let's see. We have Tammy, Janet, Melanie J, and there may have been Sadie. Sadie's here. Newfie. Was there someone else? Susan. Howdy. How are all of y'all, and what are y'all working on? And what's in your cup? Any plans for the weekend? And all that jazz. You've ever heard that song, Krystal? All that jazz?
I don't know.
I just basically know that one line. I think that's everyone. If I missed anybody, let us know. Let's see. Everyone's saying hi. Oh, okay. Dawn's asking if we have a favorite ply of yarn to work with and hook. I'll let Krystal answer.
I tend to use 3 or 4 weights more Now for knitting, ever since my hand was cramping up on me last year, I would love to knit with 1-weight yarn, 2-weight yarn, but I started having problems, so I try to stick in to a little bit bigger 3 or 4 weight. My favorite size hook to crochet with is probably a 5.5 in that area. But if it's amigurumi, I use a 4. So
Yeah, for me, well, 4-weight is probably what I use the most, but I like anything from a 4-weight down. 1-weight, I love like for knitting, like shawls, socks. That's where I tend to use 1-weight the most. But anything from pretty much that 4-weight down, I'm not big on the bulkier weights. Uh, Hooks, the most common size that I think I use the most is 5. But usually 5 to 6 millimeter is kind of where, like Bod Shells, she uses 6 a lot. Beanies, I usually end up at about a 5. Even if a pattern says 5.5, I find I gotta go down half a size. But it also depends on whose pattern too. Like Bod's, I find whatever hook she suggests for that weight, usually I'm fine with.
well, it also depends on what yarn you're using too. I mean, if you're using a 6 millimeter because that's what the pattern calls for, but you're using a yarn that says to use a 5 millimeter, go in the middle between the two, a 5.5 or something like that. At least it would be closer to, I mean, it would be a little drapier, and so.
And amigurumi's usually about a 4. Now my favorite brand, which I just got really recently, which was a very sweet birthday surprise from Connie with Connie's, let's see, Connie's Crafty Corner. That's her channel name. And those are sweet. They really do glide like butter. I'm like, huge difference from the hooks that I've used. I'm in love. Love at first stitch. Let's see. Thank you, Laura Lee. Cindy likes the idea of the sound effects. Yeah, because like say like you announce a winner. I could like with this system, I could do like where you hear clapping and other things. I could sometimes just hit a button to give it a cool sound effect. And I think just in general, I want to start using it in my regular videos once I get it. And hopefully no more mic issues. But I still have concerns with my computer switching the mic. Like, because this is where a lot of times when I sound underwater, my settings somehow switch to my web camera mic. And I think it happens whenever like you unplug it or delete cookies. It kind of goes back to that default setting. So y'all hear me sounding underwater, just be like, Connie, you're underwater, get out. All right, let's see. I greeted everybody that I'm seeing so far, where I'm at in the chat. I don't think I'm that far behind. That's awesome, Cindy. Yeah, Krystal is a big motivator. And she's usually good about helping, like when people have questions. So I highly encourage y'all, if y'all haven't checked Krystal out, what are y'all waiting for? Run.
It looks like everybody that I have seen come into the chat knows who I am. I see all their names, so yeah. But if you're not, I'm going to drop my link. And do you have drop enabled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Drop it like it's hot.
So if you're not familiar with my channel, hopefully Nightbot will drop my link.
Yeah, some that watch the replay may not be familiar, but me and Krystal run in a lot of the same circle. Mm-hmm. Like when we first started our channels and stuff, we were always live together. Because how did I think it was once a month my channel, then once a month your channel, the same month. Then it became every other month.
Actually, I think every other week in the very beginning.
I think
once
so
a week
too.
We were on each other's channels.
And now it's whenever we can make time usually. But I have her back for every other month. Let's see. Ooh. Creative Grandma has her own yarn? Or is it something maybe you won from Creative Grandma? Maybe she does. It's like I know like she does a lot of patterns. She's one of my go-to to learn stitches. Thank you, Melanie. That's so sweet of you. I really appreciate. Melanie gave me a super chat. Yeah. Well, I always want to say it's biscuit time, but his voice is on the video, but I changed it. If y'all haven't seen my new video, well, it's not real new anymore, but all right, let's find it.
You for sending Connie the super chat. Yay! Connie got a super chat. Thank you.
We sound like chipmunks. I love speeding up the voice. And don't be surprised if y'all find me doing some shorts soon with that type of voice, especially when I sing my little jingles. Because I know I don't have a good singing voice. All right, I lost my spot now. All right. And again, Melanie, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see, Janet's working on a, hopefully I say this right, brioche cow cap. I think. How do you say it?
I think brioche.
Yeah, that's it, brioche. At least I think that's how it is. It sounds right to me.
Because somebody said, I think it was Mel on my live last night. I think Janet had mentioned she was working on a brioche, and that's what Melanie said. So I'm going with it.
And you know what's funny is like next time I'm going to say that word, I promise you I'm not gonna say it right. For some reason, I resort to how I think it should be pronounced in my head. And it was funny, Mikey with Crochet Crowd did this video about how to pronounce some of the popular yarns. And I was like, I think the only one that I think I may have been off on, what I may be saying it wrong, was Patton's. How did he say it? You pronounce it? I can't remember. But all the others I had right. I was like shocked. I'm like, go Connie. I can pretty much guarantee you that I'm pronouncing stuff wrong. That's my phone. The notification. I didn't turn the volume down. Let's see. Laura Lee's slowly packing to move in with her son. But she has to get 3 bedrooms here into an 8x7 room. Oh, good luck with that one. Let's see. Melanie's on Sleeve Island. Second sleeve. It's too big again. I'm not doing any more sweaters for me. See, I want to do my first one. I have the yarn, I have the pattern picked out. It's just first I want to get probably work on some designs, and I need to get my whips caught up. I got too many whips going on. It's driving me batty. Let's see. Laura kept one of the Mary Maxim kits to work on. Y'all, did y'all see that video I did where I shared the Mary Maxim kit? One of my real life friends, outside of YouTube, they actually know me in person. Gifted me. Like she had bought it for herself, never used it, and I guess she was going through her stuff, and she was like, "Ooh, let me give this to Connie," and I'm like, "Sweet." And I plan to do a wearable with that. I'm not going to use the pattern that but I love the colorway of the yarn. Let's see. Oh, Divergent Crafter, who is another Krystal, is here. But to keep the confusion down, I'm going to call you Divergent today. So, she said she finds if she works her sleeves 2 at a time, one row, it helps get them closer in right. Janet prefers a lace or finger weight and loves D or E. Yeah, there's something about that like finger weight yarn, and that's usually like the hand dyed yarns. Ooh, I'm getting excited just thinking about that. Hand dyed yarn makes you excited, Krystal?
Depends. I guess so, yeah.
Greta, Krystal dyes some. Have you done that lately?
No. Not really. I think the last time I dyed yarn, my aunt was here. So that was not last year and not the year before, but the year before last I dyed yarn. So about 2 years ago was the last time I dyed yarn.
You do beautiful hand dyeing. One day I'll try it. One day. It's on my to-do list, but I don't feel like I'm ready right now yet.
Yeah.
I still need to learn some other stuff to do with it, but then I might get into trouble.
If you're gonna dye wool, you soak it in vinegar water, until it's saturated completely. And if you're going to use food coloring, that is the safest method. But the vinegar will help set the food color. It will help take. Now, if you're going to use acid dyes, you're going to need some kind of a mask and all that. And I didn't want to go that route when I played around with dyeing yarn. I was more safe, so.
Sorry. But if I ever got into it, I'd probably get in trouble because there'd be like hand dyed yarn everywhere. All right, let's see. Laura Lee's saying it is going to be the biggest declutter and giveaway of her life, but looking forward to getting rid of things I just don't use. And that's something I really do. I need to declutter my house and get rid of stuff we don't use. But that's a time-consuming project. Let's see. I see we have a hillbilly in the house. Howdy, Anita. I had to give her a hard time. Let's see. Divergent says I prefer sport weight and a 3.5 to 3.75 and clover hooks or my babies. I've never heard anyone say anything negative about clover hooks.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, that's what I want. Clovers. Sonia saying she loves the hooks she's gotten from Krystal. Yes. I have two of hers. And that first one you made me is one of my favorite to use. That the purple and green one.
Yeah.
The other one she did more kind of like the shape of a furls.
Yeah. Played around with that a little bit. I had made myself one before I made you one. And the end of it broke off because I didn't bake it long enough. And I said, well, that's not good. So I made sure when I had made yours to bake it a little bit longer. But I had only been doing them probably about 6 to 8 months, and didn't make them that often. So
that was more of a decor hook for me. It's beautiful, but I'm more comfortable with a thinner.
Yeah.
Let's see. Janet says, "Oh, fire hooks." I don't think I've heard of that one.
They're kind of shaped like a furls, but they're not a furls exactly. They're slightly different, but they're like resin hooks.
There's one I've seen on Amazon. It starts with an O, but
Omni.
it's a little different name.
Omni. OMNI, I think, or something like that.
So
These Theo Fire, Dawn Aaron Loving Hands Creations introduced them to me, so that was the first time I had ever heard of them. So, yeah.
there's still a lot I don't know.
Well, I think they've only been around about a year. They're fairly new, so.
Let's see. Linda's here. Howdy. And Nisi. Yeah, if y'all joining us, let us know what's in your cup, what you're working on, any plans for the weekend, all that. Oh, the biscuit's talking. You want to come say howdy, Bisky?
So this is a slicer. I'm about to go slice some stuff.
But it's filtered out because it's green. He's probably cutting me some cucumbers. I love me some cukes. That's why I call them cukes.
Yeah, a lot of green. Look at that.
Let's see. Laura Lee finished her granddaughter's sweater. Awesome. Oh, Brenda Bear's here. Howdy. Oh, thank you, Janet. That's so sweet. So if y'all didn't catch the video before, it's that time again.
Thank you for sending Connie the super chat. Yay! Connie got a super chat. Thank you.
Y'all know I love my aliens. Yesterday I did 2 shorts and they're alien themed. If y'all hadn't checked them out. But thanks again, Janet. I really appreciate it. Susan must be talking about Divergent mother. Because all's good with Tammy, right?
Yeah. I mean, and plus she spelled my name wrong if she was talking to me, but that's how Divergent spells hers. So I figured she was talking to.
That's the 2 reasons I figure it has to be Divergent. But sometimes people still misspell your name.
Yeah. Even though, I mean, it's on my channel, it's spelled there. But yeah, it's sometimes it's also autocorrect that corrects the spellings. So I mean, it's okay as long as they know I'm a Krystal. It's all good.
I get confused for Cindy. Pups and Crochet a lot.
Yeah, there's
A lot of times I'll get called Cindy, or like sometimes they think my husband is Robert. So me and Cindy have this little joke now because it made me think of that show, Wife Swap. So I told Cindy we need a husband swap. And we've been telling each other, our husband's little quirks and stuff. It's giving us a good laugh. But it's like I'm used to it. So, and I get it. It's hard to keep up with names. So it doesn't faze me. Thank you, Cindy. Other Cindy with an S. Let's see. Laura Lee says Knit Crate, I think, designed a yarn for creative grandmas and put it out in their monthly subscription. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. I know.
Knit Crate I thought they closed. Or am I thinking of a different company?
It may have been, though. I know one of them did. It had knit in the name. It's hard to... I get stuff confused. But I know like Melissa with Crochet in Agreement did a yarn and she named it after GrannyDee saying "Don't be ugly." And I actually got that colorway from Melissa the time I ordered from her. It's pretty. It's Christmas colors. Let's see.
They closed.
Roseanne says, my second prom doing Krystal is Sabrina's Heart and Ripples crochet blanket and various scraps in bright colors. Ooh, sweet. Yeah, Sydney. Krystal just looked it up. They did. That's the one that closed up shop.
I was surprised because I thought they may have reopened back up, because they went bankrupt is what I think happened. They couldn't keep up with their demand and then went bankrupt.
Oh. I know a lot of people were shocked because it was kind of like all of a sudden they didn't announce it. All right. Dawn wants to know what our favorite hooks are made of, like wood, metal, resin, or plastic. I didn't hear you.
Metal for me.
Oh, okay. I heard you talk, but I couldn't make out what you had said. Let's see. I guess metal with kind of that like rubbery, handle, like the clovers. That's my favorite. We have Lisa Lou Who and Sabrina in the house. Howdy, ladies. Lisa Lou Who says, I'll be listening and taking a shower, getting ready for a kid birthday party at Science Works today. Ooh, sounds fun. I'll be in the trunk. I want to go play. Oh, Sabrina says she can't stay long. Oh, well, I hope you have a good day, Sabrina.
That was a while back, so.
Oops. Yeah, if I haven't greeted you, welcome, welcome. I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm just behind as usual. I live behind in the chat.
Well, don't feel too bad because you can welcome them when you get to the comment. I keep welcoming them, as they come in. So we're covering them both ways.
and I normally say, which I forgot to say at the beginning of the live, if my moderators can help make sure everyone's greeted and welcomed. Yeah. That helps too. Yeah, I'm not ignoring anybody. Let's see.
You know what? I will be right back. Hopefully it don't unmute. I mean, stay muted.
Sometimes I'll worry, like I go to cough and I hit the mute button. And sometimes I'm like, I hope it actually muted everything. I mean, it shows it, but because I try not to cough like where y'all can hear it. And today's one of my coughing days. I think that cold weather brought it on. Ooh, Laura Lee's cooking homemade hash browns, O'Brien, and scrambled eggs. Ooh-wee, let's go over to Laura Lee's, y'all. And Maritza's here. Howdy. People telling the biscuit hi. Oh, Janet's working on Berry Bliss pullover by Knit Picks. Just need to finish the neck. Ah, Pamela's here. Howdy. Yeah, we were talking about Knit Crate. Pamela saying she can't knit, she can crochet anything but no knit. That's fine. I do both on my channel. And anyone interested in knitting, I may even do the first video tomorrow, but I think I'm going to talk about the supplies that you're going to want to have before I do get into the topics. I forgot to mention that when I did the other video, and it's a good thing to know. In case you need any of those things. But yeah, I'm going to be doing those. Usually those videos should come out on Sundays. That's what I'm aiming for. Probably be every other week. But if you want to learn how to knit, hopefully I can teach you. And if you learn better from someone else, nothing wrong with that. I just want y'all to be able to learn if you want to learn. Yeah, most of the Yarnaholics are here except Cindy Lou, unless she joined us, and Stephanie. Let's see. Oh, and speaking of the Yarnaholics, I think I had told y'all the wrong information. But we'll be announcing it when it gets closer. Let's see. The Yarnaholics Live should be Monday, February 12th. And, well, you can let me know, Lisa, because initially we said 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then Lisa said something about 7:30 to me that she could do. So I don't know if we're keeping the 8 or if we're going to try to move it to 7:30. But Lisa can let us know too if that's even a thing, because I think some of it may have been I have my dates all mixed up. And speaking of lives, let's see, next week. Let's see. All right. My Coffee with Connie live will be Monday. And my guest is going to be Regina with Marsh Knitting 101. There won't be a Tuesday live this coming week. When Regina comes live with me, I do those on Mondays. And she needed to change the time. So it's now going to be at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. More than likely, the Southern Crocheters will probably be rescheduling for this coming Wednesday. Still need Anita to chime in on this. Oops. Uh-oh. I boo-booed. Y'all didn't hear that, okay? But I still need the third Southern Crocheter to chime in. Unless they did, and since I've been live. And it's probably going to be at 11 a.m. And the topic's going to be, let's see. The The struggle is real, crocheting our way through the winter blues. And then Saturday is and it's going to be on Barbara's channel, the Southern Crocheters Live. Saturday, I do my typical live, Coffee with Connie at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'll be by myself. And I'll probably believe we'll do some form of a topic. Don't know what yet. All right, Krystal's back. Talk, Krystal? I think you're muted.
No.
Okay. You're good.
I saw the mic unmute on where my name is, so I was hoping it would.
I'm still trying to catch up in the chat. I got sidetracked. Lisa says, I keep trying to knit. I still got my washcloth on the needle that I have messed up and frogged 10 times. But you know what? You're learning. Just keep on trucking. You got this. But yeah, Frank laughs at me because I'll get sidetracked and I'll get off on like a different subject. And he tells me I take a detour and go the scenic route. And it's true. We laugh about it. Y'all just have to love me for it. That's all I can say. All right. I think Sonia sent me a picture or she's talking to someone else. Let me see. Actually, I still have my Facebook open. Let's see. Nope, I don't have anything. Okay, Lisa did say she can do 7:30, so we just got to check with the rest of the Yarnaholics because it might up to 7:30 for the Yarnaholics live. If not, it'll be 8.
7:30 is fine with me.
It's fine with me too. We just got to check with Cindy and Stephanie. Let's see. Laura Lee says, I finally figured to use wood knitting needles with a 1 or 2 weight yarn. Yeah, bamboo is or plastic is what they tend to recommend for a beginner knitter. Because it's not as slick, so your stitches aren't as prone to drop off like they do with aluminum. But aluminum can build your speed. Mm-hmm. But a lot of that too is preference.
I'm having to use wooden ones on this, and it's driving me bonkers because it sticks, and I'm like,
it does. It does. Especially once you get used to aluminum.
I just don't have any aluminum that are that size and that small of in that length.
Awesome. And I see some of y'all are saying that y'all want to learn how to knit and plan to watch my tutorials and videos. Awesome. I have to admit I'm a little nervous about this series. I hope I do it justice.
You'll do fine.
And I mean, I've done tutorials before, and really, they should be getting better. And I have some better equipment now, but I still need to get my overhead to really get the best filming for tutorials, which that should happen the end of next month. But I still should be able to still film because I've done it before. I just gotta hug my tripod, or I might be able to figure something out to get the angle I really want. I know Krystal uses a selfie stick.
Sometimes. Now I have this clip-on. It has a ring light and a phone holder, which that's what my phone is on. And I just point the phone. I actually clip it. Okay, so on this table that I have, it's clipped to that farthest side, and then when I want to do something that's angled downward, I clip it beside me and then have the phone angled looking downward and the light pointing down. So I mean, it works either way. And the
See, that's what I want to
is
get.
bendable.
So I'll probably get with you later to find out more about the one you got, because I'm trying to like figure out which one to go with.
Yeah.
But I want like the clip one, and I figured the light would be better too. Even though I have my light, but I don't know like that direct angle down on it. If I can get it there with this. But yeah, I've been trying to find, and it's like I'm finding more what I'm looking for on Amazon than Walmart.
Yeah.
Which is not a big deal, but I kind of search both to see like some of its better pricing on one versus the other and that type of thing. But I am curious.
I think she got this one at a store called Pop Shelf, and I know it's not in every state, but it has 3 prongs coming off of it. One is the light, which it's the longest one, and I actually have it going kind of like that. So the light comes right there. And then the phone is over here. And then there's another one for a microphone, but I can't use the microphone because I don't actually film with a, like a GoPro or some kind of streaming camera. I film with my phone, so I don't need the microphone portion. So, but it's, I'm pretty sure they have something like that on Amazon or somewhere online similar.
Because sometimes I'm clueless on some of that, because I'm like, what do I need? What's good? And I'm always scared of making mistakes whenever I purchase stuff like that. So I'm trying to
reviews.
I do. So it's like I try to ask questions to people, read reviews to because I don't want to get something and it's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Or it's junk. That's the biggest thing, junk.
Yeah.
And sometimes even though you think you did your research, you still end up with junk.
Yeah. Well, this one I have, it has 3 different light modes. This is the blue, white, and then I have the bright white, and then the yellow. And I always turn it down like a little bit, but it goes a lot lower.
Yeah.
Like where it's barely on. And then all the way bright, but I usually turn it down to like 2 below the brightest.
Now, this is where it gets fun with my lights. I like this one. Even though it kind of makes me look pink, it has like all these different colors. I think it's cool. That one's red. That's green. It makes me disappear with my green screen. Blue. Kind of like a yellowish green. Purple. Blue. Red. A lighter red. Okay, I'm back to where I was. Let me get it to, hopefully it's locked in place. If it switches, I'll just have to go back. Oh, hi, Corlan. How are you? Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do, Lisa. Yeah, I do have some like tutorials and stuff. And I know a lot of people have told me they've learned knitting from my tutorials. But like, especially the ones I did from my first camera, they have like a fuzziness. My camera had trouble with I can't think of the word I want to use. Zooming in. Ah, Krystal went sideways. Focusing. That's the word. Focus. So probably at some point I'm gonna redo those, and eventually I will take the older ones off when once they're redone, and I'm happy. I'm pretty happy with the quality. Yes. See, and that's part of where I was getting confused because me and Lisa are with coping with yarn, we're in cahoots. We're fixing to start a collab live to do with like weight struggles, helpful tips, motivation, encouragement. And we're calling it True Confessions of Yarny Girls with Weight Struggles. We're gonna tell all. And we're gonna be doing that the last Wednesday of the month, typically at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. February we may not do one because of my schedule, unless I can find a way to squeeze. Yes, the 31st, the first one. I did. I had that live all mixed up on my calendar, the Yarnaholics. I was putting out wrong information. But again, as it gets closer, I will be announcing those things more. So, squirrel moment and a rabbit hole. I like going down the rabbit hole. How about you, Krystal?
Do what?
You like going down the rabbit hole?
Not if it takes me into a thing where I'm scrolling for 30 minutes. No, not really.
That's the problem. Once you go down, it's hard to bring yourself out of it. I get in trouble with patterns when that and looking at yarn.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Melanie. See, maybe Krystal could help you with that, Lisa. Lisa somehow picks up extra stitches when she knits. See, I've never had that issue.
I really don't know.
I don't either. I'm thinking somehow you don't complete a stitch and start working it into it again. That's
Maybe.
the only thing I can see. Kind of like how you do knit front and back, which is an increase stitch, but you're not intending to do that.
She's yarning over.
Maybe. Like yarn overs increase. And you may not even really be doing a stitch properly, but it's making, like, giving you the appearance of an extra stitch. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Roseanne. Aw, I love all my yarny friends. Krystal's probably sitting there like, Connie is a nut.
No, not at all.
That's one aspect. Like there's certain things that me and Krystal have common interest on, but there's also a lot of stuff we're like opposites. Yeah. But I do have a serious.
I mean, if everybody liked everything that everybody else liked, it wouldn't be that interesting.
It would be a boring place. But like, I mean, I do have a serious side. Like, if you watch my earlier videos, I was all serious. But I do have a goofy side. But I like trying to make people laugh and put a smile on their faces. That's why I'm goofy. See, Laura Lee has that same issue. Maybe you can help Lisa out on that, because I don't know how. She was just saying not completely working the stitch off the needle, and you're probably working into it again. That's That would be my guess. Oh, Ariel's here. Howdy. Oh, you didn't? See, I did, and when I did those tutorials, I did have a few people commenting how it was hard to see, and some of that too, their devices may have been a thing too. And
Or
you know, you
internet
add, you
loading.
have my camera issues plus someone else's device, you know, where maybe it's not as high of quality, and you combine those two, and you know, let's see. And another thing, and this was something that was brought up to me, and if there's a way I can easily fix it and it's not an expensive fix, you know, I'd like to try to resolve it. Now I know lives, this happens because you're live, but like, I don't know, this person experienced this on my regular videos. The only time I noticed it on a regular video was when I was using my junk camera, which would be like more the beginning of January, December, maybe the end of November. But before that, I never noticed it. And once I started using my new camera recently, so I don't know if y'all noticed it, let me know, because I'm trying to pinpoint things, and maybe someone knows a fix to it, which typically it has to do with like internet connections. And I think sometimes it could be like that platform like YouTube. Frank says he notices it a lot in channels he watches. And I have done some reading recently. And I did discover that clearing the cache can help resolve it. And a lot of the thing is that audio processes quicker than video. And that's where sometimes the mouth don't line up with the words. But like, if someone has some helpful information, send me an email. And I do want to know if y'all have noticed that, because you know, it could be that person's internet connection, you know, or their device.
I have noticed that in the past, not on your channel, just in general. And it's like, if I open the browser with that video and then say it's offset, I refresh it and then it syncs up. So I don't think it's actually the video was recorded or converted in that manner. I think it had to do with the internet, but that's the only time I've noticed that kind of thing.
Because actually, well, I don't notice it really anymore, but I know, like, with this stuff that you used to use, your equipment and stuff, me and Krystal would lag more. There was more of a lag.
But I also used to go live from my laptop, and that's what would lag. After I got this new phone, there is absolutely hardly any lag. I mean, as soon as I push the go live button, boom. It would wait 30 seconds on my old phone before it said, "You're live." And I'm like, okay.
Hold up, the biscuit's trying to get my attention, I think.
Yes, where's the packing tape?
I saw it. Didn't I put it over there?
I'll go look. Thank you.
All right. The biscuit.
Found it.
He found it. Let's see, we have Samantha here. Howdy, Samantha. And Samantha is my content creator shout out for today. So if one of my mods could drop her channel link, and I did put her link in the description box of today's live.
If you're still here, type drop.
Or Samantha can type drop herself, and it'll drop it. But yeah, if y'all haven't checked out Samantha, please go check out her channel. She's a very sweet girl. I know she wants to make Yorny friends, and she makes blankets a lot. So yeah, go check out her channel. Tell her I sent you her way. All right, let's see. And a lot of times I am always curious, like when I shout someone out, like how much of an impact that had. I mean, like sometimes you see it or they, but like you never really like know completely. Let's see. Melanie picks up extra stitches. Yeah, I think that's what's happening because when you finish, you're supposed to knock that stitch off your needle. And if you don't knock it off, you're going to just keep working that same stitch. Let's see. Ooh, Lorley got a book from thrift book of hold up, it jumped. Of Crochet Southwest Spirit by Susan Kennedy. I want to make the cover Afghan. It's done in pieces and sewn together. Interesting. Now you're making me curious what it looks like. You're going to have to try to share a picture, Laura Lee. Guess what, y'all? I'm caught up. It's a miracle. I am not good at keeping up with the chat. I'm not. It's like some content creators, they can just zoom. Not me. All right. Did I forget to mention anything? I think I covered everything. Oh, I did forget to ask Krystal if she has any stuff going on her channel she wants to share.
I have my January giveaway going on. It's a month-long giveaway. Most of y'all know. You leave a comment under the video. There's a question you got to answer this month. And you can get entered if you're a member automatically. And you come to the lives, you can win entries into the monthly giveaway. You do donations of any sort, you get an entry. And then next month, February, is members only giveaway. So yeah. If you hadn't checked out January giveaway, here it is. Maybe I should put my January giveaway because then people might think, watching the replay, it's yours. So there we go.
Yeah,
my grandmother will draw the winner on February 1st.
If y'all haven't entered, go get your entry in. Let's see, Laura saying, I'm not techie enough to share that picture, but you can Google it. I don't even do well at posting other sites. And Pam's here. Howdy do. Buzz buzz. She says you can take a lesson from an auctioneer, then you can fly through the chat. Yeah, Pam's gotten all quick. Like our last Just Be Stitching live, she ended up having to take over hosting, and she was like, I'm like, how do you go that fast? Teach me. But it is funny you talk about the auctioneer because we live right by an auction house, and like they do auctions certain Saturdays of the month, and we can hear them from the house. Like when the guy talks, I can't. I was gonna try to demonstrate how he talks, but I can't do it. But yeah, he has it down pat. Maybe I should go to him for lessons. But Krystal, is there anything else you want to mention or?
I don't think so. I think I don't have much going on really, so.
My channel, y'all know about the knitting beginner knit series. I'm going to be doing crochet stitches and sometimes other techniques, that's not an actual stitch, but it's, a technique, not a pattern. So those, I'm probably going to kind of alternate one week where I do crochet stitch. Next week will be like knit tutorial, and it may just be a video of me explaining or a combination. Just depends on what I'm talking about or doing for that video. But I'll probably alternate them, kind of, where it may not be like, and a lot of y'all said that y'all prefer every other week for the knitting tutorials. So I think that's the best way to go. And I'm doing more stuff with pattern videos. And I'm starting to include video patterns with these videos. I'll probably kind of alternate with that. 1 week video tutorials for patterns, the following week written. And I just yesterday did one on video. Bod was my go-to. Her beanie, a lot of her, well, I always say beanie, but certain things I consider more hats. And, I don't really consider them a beanie. Those type of things. Howdy, Chris. I think I had GrannyDee, so I had GrannyDee down with that howdy. Okay, Laura Lee has to go. Have a good day, Laura Lee. Yeah, we're about to wrap things up. I'm just trying to think if there's anything I didn't mention that I want to mention. Pam says she loves a good auction, but she tends to come home with a bunch of stuff she don't need. Yard sales on thrift stores get me. But we have gone to the auction by the house before. And one time we got some bunnies, which that's a long story. Yeah, someone got into their cages while we were sleeping at night, and pretty sure they took the bunnies because they were nowhere to be found. So, yeah, and then some fruit trees. But, well, the peach tree is still around, but it's never produced anything. And one of the hurricanes has it leaning. Hurricanes are good for that. Let's see. Oh, Chris Kaleidoscope's here. Howdy. All right. So I think that's it. And oh yeah, GrannyDee goes live in about 20 minutes, 22 minutes. So be sure to go alien invade her. So I guess I'll go ahead and... Oh, I forgot one quick thing. My Stitchin' Aliens thank you video. Where? I think it's up to date. It should be. Unless I didn't upload the newer one. Yeah, I'm noticing I don't have... I think it's pronounced Timmy. Temi. But I do have her link. Like Nightbot should have been dropping it. But then I don't... Didn't I? Has Nightbot? Yeah, Nightbot's been working. I didn't even notice Nightbot.
On my lives, my Nightbot goes like crazy because I have like 50 or something links that it needs to drop. Oh gosh, it's outrageous. I
And
think
then
they
I really
conflict
would
with each other.
I really would like to space it out better, but then it's like then you got to kind of go back and everything, and oh no, I don't have the spacing down pat with Mr. Nightbot.
Well, also, if you have, 50 something links, you can only do an hour's worth, so I mean it's kind of hard to get everybody in there, and every time you have to disable a link or enable one, you got to change all of the times so it don't conflict with someone else's link. So it's crazy.
It can be hard to keep up because you want to have that like in your videos and in your description box a Nightbot, but it changes so frequently. It's hard to keep up with.
I try my best to keep up with all my member stuff, and sometimes, I mean, it gets hard because I have a video that I do, but I edit it on Canva. I edit every single live's description box. I edit Nightbot. I edit YouTube upload defaults. And then I have a WordPad that I have to update every time. So, I mean, but the WordPad helps because I just copy and paste it. I change it there and then go paste it everywhere else I need to. So, I mean, that helps a lot. But like if I get 10, 15 new members and then a few drop off, I got to figure out who dropped off. So I'm glad I write everything down in order because I would not know otherwise. So, I mean, that's the only good thing.
I don't know how you keep up because you got way more than me, and I struggle with keeping
it's hard.
up.
It's hard. It really is. And I do it maybe twice a week. Wednesdays usually, and then Saturdays. So, I mean, luckily, like I said, I write everything down. So, I mean, I have, something to go by. If I didn't write it down, I would not know anything.
And then sometimes I'm not quick to take people off because I take them off and then they end up renewing right after I take them off.
That happens to me too. Like I get a lot of gifted memberships and their old membership will expire. I take them off and like 5 days later they're added back on, which is fine. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying if I would have known they would have got regifted, I would have just left them there.
No.
But it's okay. It's part of the perks that I offer, and it's my job. So,
and if I'm pokey at adding someone, and you're like, okay, you still haven't added my name, just drop me an email.
Yeah.
Because I get busy with things. I don't do it on purpose. I try to keep up.
Yeah, that's the same with me. I always say, if you notice your name is there and it's not supposed to be, let me know. If your name is not there and it is supposed to be, let me know.
But it usually takes me about a week to get someone new added to everything. But yeah, and then it's like you change, you do it in most places, and then you realize I forgot this place.
Well, I have a certain order. I do the WordPad first, then I go to YouTube, change that, go to Nightbot, change that, Restream or StreamYard, change those, and then the very last thing is the Canva video that I have. And then I transfer the little Canva video to my phone and convert it on there. So, I mean, and I write a little checklist, and as soon as I'm done with it, I check it off so I don't go back and try to edit something I already edited.
I already did the video. I did because I use it at the end of my regular videos. I just forgot to load it to StreamYard.
Yeah.
Because periodically I have to my little videos. I have to delete or upload. So I like doing the intro videos at the beginning. And the funny thing is that like with going live, when you're live, it cuts off the beginning. And like a lot of times people are in ads. So that's why I like the intro video at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because it kind of like gives a chance, so y'all not missing like the first stuff that comes out of, my mouth or my guest's mouth. Chris is saying, aren't there spreadsheet apps to update stuff? I mean, there is probably a level that could be helpful, but this is all stuff you got to do like inside of YouTube, Nightbot, or just your videos in general. I mean, staying organized, it would help. A spreadsheet, unless you know something we don't know. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and say my adiosis. I hope everyone is having a fabulous Yorny weekend. Be the light, and always remember, be the best sparkly you that you can be, and be cool and be kind. Bye, everyone.